Good morning, children. So, today we are going to start our fifth chapter, that is Children and Women in Sports. In this chapter, we are going to cover about the meaning of motor development, types of uh, motor development in children, factors affecting motor development, as well as exercise guidelines at different stages of growth and development. So, let us discuss about all these concepts one by one. Now, first, we will discuss about the meaning of motor development. The development of a child's bones, muscles, ability to move around and manipulate his or her environment. Or, in simple words, we can say that the development of various motor abilities from birth till death. Motor development is the progressive change in movement throughout one's life, and as a matter of fact, the ability to move is essential for human development. Everybody wants to have movements, right? If we are a human being, so we need movements and we do movements. So various motor movements or motor skills are essential for everyday life activities such as uh, sitting, walking, running, climbing, catching, holding, jumping, skipping, throwing, etc. Okay, so motor developments can be divided into two types. Let us discuss these types one by one. The first type of motor development is gross motor development, and which involves the development of large muscles in the child's body, especially while sitting, walking, running, climbing, etc. And the second type of motor development is fine motor development, which involves the small muscles of the body, especially during the small movement of the fingers and hands. For example, holding of javelin, discus, and pole, catching a cricket ball, smashing a volleyball, gymnastics, exercises with or without apparatus, and children learn to control their arms, then their hands, and then their fingers. Now let us discuss about motor development in children. Motor development in children can be studied effectively under the three stages of childhood: early childhood, 3 to 6 years; middle childhood, 7 to 10 years; and late childhood, 11 to 12 years. Let us discuss about these three stages one by one. The period of early childhood starts from third year and continues till sixth year. The motor development during this period takes place rapidly, means बहुत fast motor development इसमें होती है. This stage is also known as the preschool years. In this period, a child becomes perfect in various fundamental movements such as running, jumping, and throwing, and acquires the ability to unite or combine these movements. In this period, children's stride length increases and they develop a more mature running pattern. During this period, proficiency in climbing on ladders becomes efficient. They can hop skillfully. The motor development at the end of early childhood activity achieves a satisfactory level. So, the systematic training of children in various sports such as gymnastics and swimming can be started because their basic movements like rolling, hanging, pushing, pulling, etc. has become efficient. They can combine these movements efficiently under changing and difficult conditions also. They become efficient in various movement combinations such as running and jumping, catching and throwing. They become efficient in all such movements, but still competition at this stage should be avoided. The period of middle childhood starts from 7th year and continues up to the 10th year. During this period, children become active and agile. They have strong desire to engage in various physical movements and activities. During this period, children have a desire to compete with the children of their own age group. They also have an urge to improve upon their previous performance. During this period, most of the children achieve mature patterns of fundamental motor skills. Their posture and balance become better. They try to become efficient in the variation of movements which they had already learned. And in fact, the same movements are performed differently for different aims, such as jumping for distance or height, throwing for distance or height. They become efficient in movement coupling, movement precision, and movement flow. The speed related abilities develop a faster rate. Coordinative abilities also show a higher level of development in this age, whereas flexibility develops a very slow rate. During this period, rules should be flexible, instruction time should be short, and there should be minimum competitions. Stress should be given on movement correction. The period of late childhood begins from 11th year and continues up to 12th year or till the beginning of puberty. Strength begins to differ, but the differences are small, and boys and girls are able to compete evenly. Most of the children master most intricate or complex motor skills, and they are ready to learn strategies and more complex combinations. Running and jumping movements qualitatively as well as quantitatively develop at a faster rate than in middle childhood period. Coaches or teachers of physical education should continue to encourage skill development with an increasing stress on strategies and tactics during this age. Now we have covered about the meaning of motor development. We have discussed about motor development in children and also discussed about motor development in children at different stages. Now let us discuss about the factors affecting motor development, and which are all factors which affect the motor development of children. There are various factors which are liable to affect motor development in children. These factors are biological factors, environmental factors, nutrition, physical activities, opportunities, sensory impairments, postural deformities, and obesity. Now, if we talk about biological factors, now what are biological factors? They are actually related to the genes, and these factors are also known as the heredity or genetic factors. The genes which we get from our parents are responsible for various types of development, including motor development. The percentage of fast twitch fibers and slow twitch fibers depends on biological factors. In fact, these factors are likely to affect the rate and ability of motor development. These factors are related to body weight, size, and strength. If we talk about environmental factors, right, such as physical and social factors, are likely to affect the motor development of children. And research studies have indicated that motor development takes place at a faster rate in children who are encouraged to explore their surroundings. They are given more opportunities to take part in sports activities. Those children who are not encouraged or motivated towards motor activities have slow rate of motor development. And in fact, encouragement, love, and security push a child to take risks to explore fearlessly, which leads to better motor development. Nutrition is also liable to affect the motor development. Indeed, nutritious food promotes good motor development, as we have discussed in sports and nutrition chapter also. And sensory motor development is dependent upon nutrition. If children get nutritious food, they become stronger, which ultimately leads to good motor development in them. On the other hand, if children do not get proper nutrition, they are found to be less energetic, and owing to this, their motor development takes place slowly. Physical activities are also one of the very essential factors affecting motor development, and taking part in regular physical activities enhances their motor development at a faster rate. However, we can say the physical activities must be according to the capabilities of children. Motor development becomes slow in those children who do not take part in physical activities regularly. Not doing even minor physical activities results in delayed motor development in children. And if we talk about the opportunities, so we can say that it is a well-known fact that children who get ample opportunities to do more and more physical activities or motor activities are likely to have better motor development. In fact, opportunities to participate in motor activities give a better chance for developing sensory motor abilities. If proper opportunities are not given to children, then motor development cannot take place. In those children, properly, or motor development will be slow in such children. Sensory impairments such as visual impairments, hearing impairments, etc., are likely to affect the motor development in children. Due to hearing impairments, following instructions about any type of motor activity becomes more difficult. And in the same way, visual impairments also slow down the process of motor developments. So it can be concluded that if there are no necessary impairments in children, then they will have better motor development. If we talk about postural deformities and obesity, so postural deformities in children definitely affect their motor development. And any postural deformity like spinal curvature deformities, flat foot, knock knees, bow legs, we are going to discuss about all these postural deformities further in this video lecture. And these postural deformities creates hindrances or obstacles in the path of motor development of children. In the absence of postural deformities, most motor development in children takes place at a faster rate. And if we talk about obesity and being overweight have negative effect on the motor development of children. It means that children who are overweight or obese are not enthusiastic to do any motor activity and may even feel uncomfortable to do it. Motor development in such children takes place slowly. Such children takes more time to perform motor development. Now let us discuss about exercise or physical activity has the potential to improve the physical and mental health of the nation, reduce the maximum causes of mortality, and improve life expectancy. It saves money by significantly easing the burden of chronic diseases. Exercise is important for us to remain active throughout our lives, and it is significant for infants, children, and teens' growth and development. This continues through preschool, school, adolescence, adulthood, and older years. There is a consistent evidence of a dose response relationship. That is, the greater the volume of exercise or physical activity undertaken, the greater the health benefits that are obtained. Exercise or physical activity is also helpful in reducing the risk of depression. It also improves self-perception, self-esteem, mood, and sleep quantity. It can be said obviously that exercise or physical activity is essential for proper growth and development of individuals. And now let us discuss about exercise guidelines at different stages of growth and development. The first is infancy period. Okay, infancy period is a period which is between 1 and 2 years. And during this stage of growth and development, physical activity or exercise should be encouraged. Gross motor activities or exercise should be promoted. Exercises to develop head control, sitting, crawling, etc. should be encouraged. Infants should be indulged in some exercises such as moving arms, legs, and reaching to various objects. In fact, infants should be provided objects, toys, and games that encourage them to move and do things for themselves. They should be provided with safe environment for performing these activities or exercises. Watching TV and other electronic media should be avoided by the infants. Infants should not be restrained in a high chair for prolonged periods. They should be encouraged to walk instead of using a stroller to carry them around. Simple exercises like throwing, catching, and kicking a ball may be most suitable exercise during the stage of infancy. If we talk about early childhood, it is a childhood period between 3 and 7 years, and during this stage, the growth and development such as exercise or physical activity should be encouraged, which helps in developing competence in movement skills, throwing, jumping, catching, or kicking the ball. Emphasis should be laid down on participation and not on competition. During this stage, activities related to fine motor developments, fine motor skills, coordinative abilities should be emphasized. Structured as well as unstructured physical activities should also be performed daily for at least 60 minutes by children during the stage of growth. Recreative as well as enjoyable methods should be used to encourage them for participation in various physical activities. And stress should also be laid on clean and safe environment during this stage of growth. They may be allowed to watch quality programs on TV for 1 or 2 hours. If we talk about later childhood, this period is between 8 and 12 years, and during this stage, Children should indulge in activities such as stunts, throwing, jumping, catching, running, etc., so that they can acquire body control, strength, and coordination. However, activities related to endurance should be avoided, and stress should also be let down on organized or team games which aim to develop social consciousness in them. During this stage, children should be introduced to competitive sports and taught the basic rules of sports competitions, that is, enjoying the game, fair play, simple strategies, and tactics. They can also be introduced to the concept for sports training and the exercises that build endurance, aerobic exercises like running, swimming, and cycling, etc., strength, resistance exercise, and agility, coordination, and balance, fast work, and rapid movement exercises. Let us discuss about adolescence, the period of adolescence from 13 years to 19 years. And during the stage of adolescence, moderate to vigorous intensity exercise, physical activity is recommended for at least 60 minutes and up to several hours every day. They should also indulge in muscle strengthening exercise at least 3 days per week. They should also include bone strengthening exercises. Adolescents or teenagers should reduce sedentary behavior, physical activity or exercise such as running, gymnastics, push ups, jumping rope, playing hockey, basketball, swimming, tennis, and resistance exercises like weight training should be included. And the last is adulthood, which is above 19 years, and adults should try to be active always. They should do brisk walking, bike riding, dancing, and swimming with moderate intensity. They should also indulge in running, aerobic exercises, weight training, push ups, sit ups, etc., for muscle strengthening. They should minimize the amount of time spent being sedentary, and as a matter of fact, adults require such exercise or activities that help to increase their muscular and bone strength. So they should perform resistance exercise at least 2 days a week to tone their muscles and bones. And these exercises increases skeletal muscles, strength, power, endurance, and mass. Bone strengthening exercises activities produce an impact or tension force on the bones that promotes bone growth and strength. For bone strengthening, they should include running, jumping, rope, and weight training exercises. So, children, I feel that you were able to understand the concepts covered in this video lecture. And this is the part A of the chapter. Left of the topics I'm going to upload soon. In this video lecture, if you have any query, have any doubts, please call or message me anytime. Stay home and stay safe. Have a good day, everyone.